Good evening. And welcome, Odd. Welcome, any other folks who are viewing anonymously. Welcome back to Friendsim. And tonight, we are doing... Oh shit, what volume number is it? 10! I think it's 10, right? I know Zebede, or Zebede? Zippity-doo-dah? I don't quite know how to pronounce his name. There's a couple different ways you could go with that. And Tegiri, which is a more straightforward name to pronounce. I'm gonna have some water for 1 second. I apologize for the delay this evening. I was a little distracted with finalizing some things, which you will see pop up in the chat. It is a YouTube link. Because I fucking finally got the first video up. It's happening. They're finally going up. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yes, so it's here. It's live. The very first Friendsim recording is up on YouTube. I have the whole backlog edited. I smacked together all of the thumbnails today for all the ones that are edited and just all the volumes that are out, even if I haven't streamed them yet. That shit is fucking live, Odd. It is indeed. So, it's up. It's happening. And I am going to be uploading one a day until I'm totally caught up. I know that maybe pacing it would be better, but I just want to get to the point where I am uploading things right after they're streamed, basically, so that there isn't such a gap in there. Like, I want to keep things current and get to that point where I can keep things current as fast as possible. Hey, Sneak Cat, I'm going to resend the link because I'm excited. This is what we are talking about, Sneak Cat. Oh, right, you missed that one, Odd. That is, yeah, so if you've missed, ooh, a new Jurassic movie. Cool. Sorry, just taking a second there. Alright, so, yeah, did you enjoy the movie? Was it good? I'm gonna have some water again. My throat has been weird. I'm a little under the weather today. Pretty good? Cool. Good. Glad you enjoyed it. Lego Joker sticker. That's amazing. I love it so much. Alright. Let's open the game. And oh shit, I gotta go get my fucking phone because I just realized I've been looking at chat on my computer screen. I don't have chat with me. I gotta go get that. Okay, I have the phone. Oh, fuck, I left it. No, stop doing that. I left it running like a fuckload of updates. But I cannot be doing that while I am trying to stream. Okay. And is that good? Why is that? What is... I don't... It should be showing up on stream. I don't know why we're having friggin' technical issues again. I thought I fixed this problem with the last stream because the last one displayed perfectly fine and now it's not picking up the full screen window again. So, Also, I just realized that I forgot my earbuds. And I need those. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a lot happening today. This is what happens when I get too fucking excited about something. I forget very important things. Although the technical difficulties are not my fault. Okay, I'm gonna go get my earbuds and just toss up the fucking full display capture because I'm not gonna piss around with settings like I did last time. Just gonna toss up the full display capture, get that shit. Whatever. Alright. Yes, because I know that I am running a wee bit late. And oh my goodness, last week when we ran overtime with this Friendsim, we ran like half an hour overtime. And the next day, I felt awful. I was so fucking exhausted because I didn't get to bed until like 2 in the morning. And I got up for class at like 8. It wasn't a good time. Anyway, I'm gonna go get my shit ready and I will toss up some more Hiveswap music while I go grab my things. Oh, you went to sleep at 3 last night. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, last night I went to bed at fucking 11:30 because I have my early start on Tuesdays, my 8:30 class that I need to get up at fucking like 6 or 6:30 in the morning. I don't even remember, honestly. It's just, but it's somewhere in there, and it is too early. It's too fucking early. So I was completely beat by 11, which is why I can't stream on Tuesdays this term. Okay, I'm actually gonna go get my stuff now. I'll be back. Okay, hello. I have my thing. Alright, so I'm gonna get that game open again. And, I don't know, maybe, hopefully it'll click this time. Nope, still not fucking there. Love it. Fucking love it when it decides to not cooperate. Okay, here we are. All set and ready to go. Let's start. So, we are on volume 10 today. Oh yes, this was the most recent release, Gallic and Tirona, which was something. It was really good. It was really fucking good. Yes, Infinity, the fucking display thing gets quite neato. When it is on display capture mode. Okay, volume 10. So, this is of faraway lands and nearby pals. Alright, I'm gonna have a little water and then let's dive in. Alright. Ida. Yes, I know. Gallic is basically Ida. Gallic is basically Tenya Ida. Oh, true. Yeah, toss votes out there for who you want to see first. So you vote for the bees. Alright. Here we go. You've been lucky enough to acquire a bounty of friendship since you arrived on this planet. But there's still an emptiness nestled right in the crook of your heart's atria. Maybe making one more friend will fix it. Maybe this next one will expand inside your chest like a sponge in the bath, pushing out all your sadness, loneliness, and insecurity. After all, number 20's the charm. You agree on bees? Alright. First of all, I just thought I would show you this. Tegiri's rollover is JoJo. I don't know why people get really angry about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's one of those things that people just seem to either really fucking love or absolutely hate with all of the fiery passion in their soul. So, I mean, I don't know shit fuck all about JoJo. I just know that there's like they're all Baras basically, and that there's like JoJo posing, just like really, really ridiculous, like theatrical poses. I can appreciate that. But I don't know what the fuck it's about. I don't know anything about it. But this art is really gorgeous. I will also say that this is very well drawn art. It imitates the style very well. You're laughing the more you look. Yeah, I mean, it sure is something. But, unfortunately, we cannot stare at this beautiful drawing all day. We must visit our pal Zebede Tongva. That's how I've decided to say it. Tonight you are abuzz with excitement. Wait, no. Your palm husk is vibrating in your pocket. One of your friends is contacting you. You pull it out and a notification pops up. Buzzing is requesting to add you on Chitter. The message is accompanied by a little icon, blue with a silhouetted winged animal. Some of the similarities between this planet and your own are starting to stretch your powers of belief in coincidence. Whatever. Gonna be late, but here at 12:30? Alright, thank you for letting me know, Odd. To pull up the app. You pull up the app and read the messages from, could it be, your potential new friend. Has the music started yet? It has. Okay. Zebede's song is super adorable. Bad buffers. Oh no, what's my internet like? My internet is looking good. I hope that it gets better, Sneak Cat. It's adorable. It's so sweet. Okay. OMG, hi. I hope it's okay to contact you. Oops, I should introduce myself. I saw your picture on Sarava's stream. I'm one of their biggest fans. But now I'm one of yours. Love those looks. Anyway, I would love to chat if you're open to it. If not, it's okay, you can just ignore me. Everyone else does. Could this be the universe reaching benevolently down to do you a solid? It's like being given a giant pile of money unasked. You didn't have to do anything for this friend. You didn't have to do anything for this friendship. You didn't even have to walk anywhere. All you had to do was join the fabled social media, and it literally appeared in your pocket. Your hands are shaking a little as you go to respond. You don't want to seem too eager. Or do you? You have no idea how to approach this. You thank Buzzing for his compliments and say that you would be happy to talk sometime. In an instant, a notification pops up inviting you to download another app. You do it, and a video screen opens. Suddenly, you can see your new friend's face. He's sweetly round and roly-poly, and smiling at you broadly. Hi! I'm Zebede. I hope it's not too sudden to gripe you like this. Is it okay? OMG, you don't have to respond to that. Sorry for being weird. Let's start over. How do you know Sarava? Apart from being extremely friendly, this troll also seems to run both sides of the conversation by himself. Befriending him is the least effort you've ever put into anything. His enthusiasm is really cute, but there's something about him that unsettles you. Looking at his hopeful face gives you a dark stab of humiliation you don't quite understand. You swallow down the discomfort and tell him the story of your friendship with Sarava, leaving out Sarava's personal background. He hangs on your every word. Oh my god, chat's moving too fast. Oh, okay. Y'all are just appreciating him. That's so cool. I wish I could hang out with you guys. OMG, now that I'm implying you'd want to hang out, it's just... no one ever comes to visit me. He takes out his phone and taps a few keys. A notification box pops up in front of the video. It's a direct message from Buzzing that just says... Brownie face. You ask him why that is. I live in the middle of nowhere. It's good for the bees, but I guess no one really thinks it's worth the effort to come all the way out here. It's just me and my Luces, and he can't really do much around the hive. It's fine. Oh, whoops. Sigh. It's fine. He really says the word sigh out loud. Despite saying it was fine, he seems dejected, with a distinct downward angle to his shoulders. Sorry, his shoulders. His buzzy accent is kind of getting to you. Okay, so we're going to continue the experiment from last week where I'm going to get the short end out of the way for y'all in the beginning, and then when we get to the second choice, you folks can choose. Ask more about where he lives. You say it must be nice to live in the countryside. You mentioned that you did get to see some of rural Alternia when you met Skyla, and it seemed beautiful. Zebede's face twists into a grimace. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. My, feels a little weird to be everything. Sensing this is a moment for sympathy, you tell him you're sure his friends would come to visit if they were able to make the trek. Sure. It sounds like you did visit another troll that lives in the countryside, though. So I guess you thought she was cooler than me. Sorry, I'm just turning off my phone, which you may or may not have heard. Okay. That's like, it's whatever. I don't need my friends to pick me first. You struggle for words. You want to reassure him, but you also don't know him that well yet. You weakly protest that you didn't mean to say Skylar was cooler than him. You didn't even know him then. Maybe you'll be able to visit him. Maybe you'll be his... My goodness. Maybe you'll be able to visit him in the future too. Yeah, maybe. I've heard that before. He's not rejecting you, but you get the sense that a wall has been raised. You're sure you're going to keep chatting with Zebede from time to time, but you get the sense you're never going to become a true friend. You're stuck in acquaintanceship limbo. Looks like you failed to earn his trust. Ah, that stings. His head reminds you of an egg. Fuck, true. Okay. Oh my god, can y'all see my mouse? I think you can see my mouse. Let me do something quickly here. Properties, capture cursor off. Okay. And we're back. Eggy boy. Okay. to date. So, that didn't go too well. Let's ask him if it's really fine. You tell him that you'd understand if he's not okay with it. After all, you say, it would really hurt your feelings if your friends didn't make any effort for you. Isn't that what friends are supposed to do? He gives you a grateful smile, some tension releasing from his frame. Oh, I would never ask that of anyone. I don't want to be annoying. Like, sometimes I really wish someone would take the time to visit, but I totally don't blame any of my friends for not coming. I understand that you have to decide which friends come first, and I just don't. Some people are just cooler and more fun than me. It's understandable. This really must be your lucky day. First of all, no one has threatened bodily violence towards you in the past 10 minutes. Your fear for your life is at a low-key, reasonable level. Second, this troll is making it really obvious what he wants you to do. This is a total slam dunk of a friend opportunity. Say you'll visit. Zebede's face transforms utterly. It's astonishing. He goes from sullen and shadowed to utterly radiant. Your heart pangs with an overwhelming surge of fellow feeling. True, you've seen other trolls react emotively at the sight of meat and blood and your own body sparkling under the moonlight, but Zebede is the only one with such an extreme reaction to friendship. Man, you are really feeling this little guy. You'll come? Really? That's so cool. Thanks. This is gonna be so good. I'm gonna get you all the best snacks, and my Lucis is really cool. You'll like him. This is so exciting. You leave Zebede to his preparations, even as the bubble of joy inside you goes a little wobbly. You aren't used to such high expectations from prospective friends. Mostly people just expect you to be an imbecile. You absolutely can't screw this up. You made a promise to your brand new friend. Unfortunately, that promise is to visit him in a house that is, by his own admission, so far away that not even people who know what the fuck is going on can be asked to find it. You haven't thought this through, but that's never stopped you before. First things first, what old friendship can you call on to help you out? I.e., who is likely to have a vehicle of some kind? You could always call up Dagora to see what he thinks, but you don't want to be too needy with him. Amicia, well, doesn't look tall enough to reach the pedals. Zebra, just no. You are a strong, independent alien who don't need no troll. You also don't think aliens are allowed on public transit, and you don't know the number for troll taxis. So you'll do a crime. Perfect. What did Connell do when she stole a car? Punch the lock off with one big fist. You won't be punching off any doors, but eventually you find a car that isn't locked, almost like someone helpfully left it for you. Haha, sucker. It pricks slightly at your conscience as you slide into the seat and fire up the autopilot, heading out into the country once again. But recently, anything that isn't brutal, indiscriminate violence kind of doesn't faze you. So you stole a car. Big deal. It's not like anybody died. This is it. So begins your gradual slide into total moral iniquity. A hardened criminal. That's you. Zebede does live pretty far out. He hadn't been exaggerating. You use the time to curl up in the backseat and catch up on some sleep, all the while trying to ignore the fact that the car reminds you of being inside of a large squishy animal. At least you get a few radio channels out here. There he is. Zebede's hive is big and buzzing. Literally. You hear a persistent drone of bees standing right outside, and standing right outside is the boy himself. He's so excited he's bouncing on his toes, clapping his hands together. He has a gold symbol on his shirt. You wonder if he's a psychic. You've finally been here long enough to pick up on racial stereotypes. Go you. Oh my. You're here. You actually came. I seriously can't believe that someone actually went out of their way to visit me. Well, you don't really have a way to go out of, but you keep that to yourself. You are more than happy to accept the friendship points. Zebede leads you into his hive, which, like Skyla's, looks like he made a lot of it himself. There are hanging baskets of flowers and plants everywhere, and a zigzag bookshelf holding up a stack of colorful books. In one corner is a big screen TV and an entertainment center. Zebede vanishes into another room and leaves you to get comfortable on the big couch, which is unsubtly striped yellow and black. The buzzing is pretty loud in here too, and you look around for bees. You're not thrilled about the bees, honestly. You wish there was some music on your phone to drown them out. You're thinking about following Zebede and seeing if he needs help when your phone starts to vibrate. You look down and recognize Sarava's username. Okay. Choice of the evening for Zebede. Answer or let it go to voicemail. Might be rude to answer the phone at someone's house, but he is a big fan of Sarava, might be pretty pumped to meet him. But we don't know how either route is gonna go. Okay, 1 vote for answer. What are you thinking, Sneak Cat? Answer? Okay. Let's answer the phone. Might as well. You have no idea how long Zebede is gonna be in there. And if there's anyone with music, it's this troll. How did I read Sarava? Fuck. I just rewatched all of this fucking footage to get it ready for upload, and I've just already forgotten. Hey, dude. Sup? Wow, this is not the Sarava voice that I used before. Can't believe it took you this long to get her chitter, LMAO. Damn, you're like really lost without my help, huh? Looks like you only got 2 followers, though, LMAO. You can feel some nameless tension in you bleed away into the thump of the lo-fi chill-hop beats murmuring softly through Sarava's mic. If only you could just go spend time with your cool friends and stop making new ones. But even the thought makes your stomach wring itself out like a washcloth. There's no point in wishing for things to be different from how they are. You'd do anything for new friends. Anything. You ask them if they have any chitter advice, you know, on how to be a cool guy online. I mean, you definitely came to the right troll. But I don't know if I should be, like, managing your brand more than I already did. It's just risky for me, you know? It's hard enough maintaining my image as it is. Other streamers always on my bulge, LMAO. Doesn't mean we can't hang, though. I mean, it was really chill last time. Also, I need my clothes back. Ooh, the clothes? Got some bad news for you, Sarava. You assure Sarava that you still definitely have their clothes, and that you totally did not destroy them in an epic battle to save a giant collie. That's cool, no worries or anything. I was wondering if you wanted to hang out today. If not, it's chill. I got all sorts of shit I can get up to, LMAO. You know how it is. But yeah, let me know. Oh, wow. How did you suddenly become so popular? Maybe this is what happens when you finally get online. Not only are you hanging out with one friend, you've got another one clamoring for your attention. Social media is amazing. You tell Sarava you would love to chill, but you're currently out in the middle of nowhere hanging out with someone else. Maybe Sarava has heard of him? Zebede Tongva. Surely everybody on the internet knows each other. Already hanging out with a bee. Yes. I don't know him? Sorry, lol. You spell out Zebede's chitter handle. Sarava's face does a complicated dance between shock, worry, and wry amusement. Oh, dang. LMAO. What are the odds? Small internet. So Sarava does know him. I mean, I know of him. Man, awkward. Are you guys tight, though? You tell Sarava that you aren't tight yet. Pretty loose, but you're working on it, which is why you're currently in the middle of nowhere, sitting on this bee-themed couch. Sarava scratches awkwardly between their horns. Is that, like, what you go online to do? That whole scene? Scene? The only scene you know about is the friendship scene, and possibly the clown scene, and the meat scene. Actually, you may be in more scenes than you give yourself credit for, and you get the feeling you are right on the edge of another one. You can taste it, and it makes your stomach growl. You tell Sarava whatever the scene is, you're definitely not part of it. You don't even know what they're talking about. So what are they talking about? Not to, like, talk shit or whatever, because God knows golds who live in a glass hive of tenuously curated online social interactions shouldn't throw stones or whatever. Fuck knows, I got up to some shit back in the day. But you maybe shouldn't hang out with this dude. Especially when you're, like, right on the edge of breaking out yourself. I mean, you have to be careful with this shit. I told you what happened to me. Internet fame isn't a joke. They gesture vaguely towards their missing eye. Here, let me just link you. A link pops up in the gripe chat box. You follow it to what appears to be a fanfiction account. Nothing wrong with a little fanfiction. You've never been much of a writer yourself, but you're pretty pro anybody doing whatever they feel like, as long as it's not gruesome murder. You're a real chill dude that way. I mean, right, yeah, same. LMAO. I'm not trying to judge or whatever, but you'll see what I mean when you scroll down. You scroll past the first few pages. Most of these seem to be about some band that you've never heard of, and then almost at the end you find... Oh, damn. This appears to be a fanfic about Sarava. You don't click, though. You kind of get the idea from the tags. Well, Sarava is a big deal, after all. You guess it makes sense that people would include them in their, fantasies. You do it all the time, in a friend way. Yeah, you get what I'm saying now, though. I mean, live your dreams, right, LMAO? Any guy on the internet can write whatever he wants about me, but, like, I don't want to see it. Just a heads up, you know? You get how that could be a little awkward. You tell Sarava that you will be careful of your infant internet fame. Is our peer not actually pure? Yeah, the implication is basically that this, that Zebede has written explicit fanfiction of Sarava. Although, I don't know. I mean, I find it interesting to see the reactions of chat and compare with how I was kind of reacting when I was first reading this as well. Because, like, I remember being like, oh, yay, really happy. But the more I got into the conversation, like, before it, like, in just the first chunk of conversation before you decide to visit their house, I was kind of weary because the way that the particular way that he talks to the reader is like, how do I put it? I don't know, it feels kind of like you were picking up on some of that too? Yeah, like, yeah, manipulative. I was trying to think of a nicer word, but just straight up, that's it. just gonna toss it out there. It did. Yeah. Yeah, like he was, you know, truly trying to twist the MSP reader's feelings and, you know, get what he wants out of it. Oh, you get that feeling from a cousin too. But yeah, no, that's good. That's good. But yeah, that's kind of like the vibes are just kind of like really throwing me off and like I couldn't take any of his excitement too seriously because I was like, oh, this guy's he's being a little manipulative. Like, I'm not feeling that. Oh, ouch. That sucks. I'm really sorry you had to do that. Accidentally. Oh dear. But, anyway, yeah, that was kind of how I was picking up. But anyway, back on track. Apparently, this fella likes to write explicit fanfiction of real people. Well, within that universe, but yeah, you know. Okay. Anyway, though you doubt anyone will ever write anything about you, who would want to read about your dumb fuck exploits? Again, with the meta humor. Guess who's reading about their dumb fuck exploits right now? It's us. Anyway. Yeah, LMAO. Come over whenever, I'll smoke you up. Yes. Yeah, Sarava's just like, come get high. Cool. Thank you, Sarava. I appreciate the invitation. Great. More bug ass. You end your call with Sarava and navigate back over to Zebede's fanfiction account. You pick one of the ones not about Sarava. One of the teen-rated ones. Maybe you don't have anything against erotica, but, maybe you'll save it for later. You don't know any of these characters, and the context is doubly indecipherable. The troll music business. But if this is really Zebede's writing, he's pretty good. You have such talented friends. Hey, sorry I took so long. Shit! Zebede sneaks up on you from behind. You quickly lock your phone, but apparently not quickly enough. How did you find this? Oh god, you went searching for me? I thought we were friends. What? Of course you're friends. Friends don't go digging through each other's shit. I would have showed you my fic if you'd just asked. You tell him that you absolutely did not go looking for it. Sarava gave it to you when they called you up just now. Emotional manipulation in bees or emotional manipulation in weed. Zebede's face closes down. Is it just you, or has the sound of bees gotten louder? Yeah, just really digging that hole. Yep. Oh, right. So your cool friend Sarava told you. I see how it is. No, they just called you. You just answered the phone. No, it's fine. I totally get it. Even coming all the way out here, I'm still not a priority. It's fine. It's not even a big deal. I'm totally used to it. You and Sarava. What are you, mate spreads? Yeah, there's like, I'm being upset is understandable, but he's pulling some real fucking humdingers out of his ass, trying to emotionally manipulate you and fucking guilt trip you. It's, ooh, holy fuck. You are absolutely not mate spritz with Sarava. You are not mate spritz with anyone, as far as you know. Fuck, having so many friends is exhausting. Oh, really? Like, your life is so great, I get it. You just have so many friends and you're so popular and everybody wants to spend time with you. Zebede is crying and not trying to hide it. It's very sad and extremely awkward. You feel terrible. Also, like, kind of a dickhead. You're always doing all this complaining about your lot in life, when to tell the truth, you've actually got a lot going for you. You have all these amazing friends who go out of their way to check up on you and ask if you want to hang out. Of course, all that complaining is just in your internal monologue. It's not like anybody can hear your thoughts. Thank God for that. Oh, dear. Oh, Audrey getting flashbacks to high school? Ooh. Yeah, no, because that's... The thing is that the way Zebede is feeling is like... You know, and unfortunately pretty common thing for folks to feel. Like, social isolation fucking sucks. But the way that he is going about expressing those feelings in you know, trying to manipulate folks, is where the issue comes about. You know? Well, I'm so glad that you and Sarava have each other. Maybe you can go hang out with them and make fun of me some more. You tried to tell Zebede you were absolutely not making fun of him. You were just curious about his hobbies and interests. You absolutely want to read his fanfiction. But the kid isn't listening anymore. Fuck, you hope the car has enough gas to get you back to civilization. Awkward. Yep. And that's the bad end. He is very upset. Alright, let's see if we can maybe push this situation in a positive direction. I keep scrolling too far because I'm used to scrolling down to the most recent one, but that is not where we are at right now. Okay, so let it go to voicemail. We're at his house, the phone's buzzing. Just gotta drop it. Let it go to voicemail. You decide to just let the call go to voicemail. You're busy with a different friend right now, and you can just call them back on your drive home. Or not home, but the closest you've got right now. It will give you something to do besides sleep. You mess around on your phone for a little bit, filling out your profile on Chitter. Alien Invasion of One. Just here, I guess. That's honestly the best you can come up with. You aren't quite sure how your age would translate to troll years, sweeps, so you don't bother with that. You've already gained some more followers. Sarava retweeted your intro tweet. Or chirp. Whatever. Zebede comes back in with a tray of snacks and 2 glasses of something bright red that you hope isn't Faygo. Or blood, but that goes without saying at this point. Hey, who are you talking to? I heard your palm has to go off. You tell him you weren't talking to anybody. You let the call go to voicemail. Does he really think you're the kind of person who would take a call from someone else while you're having a hang sesh? Heck no. You didn't have to do that. Zebede says it, but he's obviously incredibly happy that you did. He sets the tray down and hops up on the couch next to you. So, what do you want to do? I have a bunch of really cool stuff we could check out, but I didn't want to make you just do whatever I wanted. I know we barely know each other. You tell him that whatever he wants to do is fine with you. You aren't picky in any sense of the word. Zebede seems a little at sea by your lack of an opinion, but eventually he puts on the first episode of a pirate show. This is nice. It's nice to just chill for a little while. But you barely get through the opening credits before Zebede changes his mind and puts on a show about space pirates instead. But then he gives up on that too. He keeps looking at you for input, but the extent of your experience with troll pop culture is Ramel's knockoffs and that one shitty romance flick Polypa took you to see. You are not informed enough to have an opinion. You are seriously down for whatever. Pirate show? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's possible that there's supposed to be vague allusions to specific shows, but I got no fucking clue. Zebede does the same thing with video games for a while, becoming increasingly more distressed. You feel deep empathy at his plight, but also mild annoyance. You understand this unreasonable fear of beefing it in front of... You understand this unreasonable fear of beefing it in front of your friends. You feel like that pretty much all the time. You eventually suggest to Zebede that you could just watch the last thing he watched on GrubTube. Zebede goes a delicate gray color that you come to realize is the troll version of a Blanche. Yeah, we could do that for sure, but, you know, a guy's GrubTube queue is, you know, kind of personal. Not that I don't trust you. If you can't trust randos you met online and invited to your house, who can you trust, right? You feel that way too. You've also felt the overwhelming urge to throw yourself into the arms of strangers. Wow, how do I read this sentence? Ugh. You've also felt the overwhelming urge to throw yourself into the arms of strangers since you crash landed down here. You tell Zebede that you aren't going to judge him. You don't judge your friends. An overwhelming look of trembling gratitude comes over him, and once again you feel an uncomfortable pulse of empathy. You are used to being the desperate one. You aren't sure how you feel about this turnabout. All this social power. Okay. The two of you scroll down the history on his GrubTube account, and you find yourself choked up by the incredible trust he's showing in you right now. Letting someone behind the curtain. There doesn't really seem to be anything worth getting stressed over. No porn or anything. He does have a lot of videos of Sarava, specifically ones where they are actually on camera. Yeah, they're so cool. It's so rad that you guys are tight. I really want to meet them someday. He sighs. Then he sighs again, a little louder. You catch on to your part in this bit and tell him that you can probably figure out a way to make that happen. You hope you don't have to follow through on that. Sarava's a busy guy, and you aren't sure they actually let anyone into their hive. Well, besides you. But you seem to be the exception to a number of rules. You keep that last part to yourself. The rest of the videos in his recent history are about a band called Hatch to Dance. Music videos, interviews, and compilations of vlogs. You ask him what all this is. You've never heard of Hatch H2D? Really? They're so cool, they're my fave. I mean, he gets shifty-eyed. I mean, whatever, they're alright, I guess. Their music is kinda catchy, and they have a pretty dope group dynamic. You mentioned that all of them seem to be pretty good looking, too. Really? You think so? You point out a guy with tall horns that swoosh into hooks and a lot of white hair that falls into his eyes. This guy is particularly handsome. Him? I mean, he's okay, I guess. If you're really basic. Not that I think you're basic or anything. Oh my god. He shows you some of the music videos. They have really high production values and extremely elaborate sets. All of the band members sing and dance and get very close to kissing each other. He'd been really nervous about showing you this. His deep dark secret was that he likes music videos? Is being into pretty pop stars some kind of cultural taboo? Not really. Just... It's kind of lame, right? And I just really want to... You like me. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. And you do like him. You just wish he wouldn't say shit like that. It's embarrassing. And also it reminds you that you yourself have gone around doing some pretty much the same thing. Pretending to agree with everything your prospective friends say, lying, saying you're into things you aren't. Just all around being a big phony. The circumstances are different for you, though. You're an alien. This is hostile territory. You don't have a hive or a lucis or even horns. So it's way less pathetic for you to be like this than it is for Zebede. Right? Are we watching K-pop vids? Pretty much. Deep down, you know you're full of shit. You're just coming up with reasons to excuse behavior in yourself that you condemn in others. You hang your head in shame. Zebede, who is not privy to your internal monologue, looks confused. Is it possible that you're doing the wrong thing in your eternal quest for friends? Could it be that... Before you can spiral any further into a full-blown existential crisis, you hear a noise from outside that you really, really don't like. Several noises, in fact. A crash, followed by a thump. Followed by a, "Get out here, you fucking piece of shit! You thief!" Oh dear. Zebede scrambles around to look over the back of the couch. You can just make out a shape through the window. Hey, this is a totally wild question that I typically would never ask a potential friend, but... Did you steal that scuttle buggy? Funny story. You didn't know how else to get out here. You did it for him, for your nascent friendship. Oh wow, nobody's ever stolen a scuttle buggy from me before. Did you forget to take the GPS chip out though? I love how he's saying this as if like car theft and how to steal cars is just like that common of knowledge on Alternia. Because I think whoever you stole it from found it. GPS chip. Right. Fuck. This is not an auspicious start to your life of crime. Maybe you aren't quite ready to go it alone yet. Another crash and a rattle. It sounds like someone is taking pieces out of Zebede's hive. You get up and start for the door. As if car theft knowledge isn't common on Earth. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Maybe I'm just running in the wrong circles that I don't know how the fuck to steal a car. But yeah, I guess we do see it commonly enough in like movies and stuff. Hey, what are you doing? You can't go out there. They look big. And they sound huge. You could get killed. Right. He's definitely got a point there. But whoever is outside seems intent on demolishing his hive brick by brick, so they're gonna get in eventually anyway. Better for you to go out there now and face the music so at least one of you gets out of this. Zebede stares at you. Weird globby golden tears pool at the corners of his eyes. You would do that? For me? Nobody's ever offered to die for me before. Oh my god. That's so nice. Yeah, you're pretty nice. Also pretty idiotic, considering you're about to go give yourself up to a big angry troll whose car you absolutely stole. Well, it's been fun while it lasted. Actually, it's been mostly terrible. Oh well. Goodbye, cruel world. Wait. You have one hand on the doorknob when Zebede's shout rings against the walls and ceiling. No one is touching my new friend. Outside, the buzzing rises to a rattling crescendo, so loud that it no longer sounds like animals. It sounds like weather or a fighter jet. The intruder screams. You wince, but you are also overwhelmed by gratitude and excitement. Zebede did that for you. Zebede did that for you. The screams stop after a few seconds, and the buzzing gradually recedes. You and Zebede are left staring at each other. Staring at the door, then at each other. Yep, that just happened. Behind you, GrubTube is autoplaying a Hatch to Dance interview. Little ambient crackles of the white electricity you've come to associate with psionics wreaths Zebede before that fades too. Did he seriously telekinetically gather up a bunch of bees and just throw them? No, that sounds hard and potentially dangerous for the bees. I more just asked them nicely. I'm bad at it, though. Sometimes it doesn't work. Well, it sure worked this time. So that's interesting. So he doesn't have... He's gold blood, but he does not have the psionic eyes. But it does seem he possesses some level of the psionics. Just manifested in a slightly different way. Like he's able to communicate with the bees using his type of psionics, which is a little different than ones that we've seen before. Yeah! Zebede nods. Then he nods again. Yeah! That was pretty cool, right? The two of you venture outside to see what's going on. Nothing is going on. The night is quiet. The car is exactly where you left it, and there is no sight of the bees or the intruder. So either they ran away, or got stung so many times they dissolved into sludge. You feel another pang of conscience, but it's not enough to cover up your ecstatic surge of happiness when you see how chuffed Zebede is to have set some bees on a guy. You tell him you're grateful. You think about adding that you're proud of him, but you don't want to literally make him explode. You let him hug you instead. Yes, this means you have a scuttle buggy now? Yeah. Spoils of war. You want some buttery exploded kernels? I make them myself. Well, I put the kernels in a pot and explode them. You tell him that sounds great. He's honestly pretty fun to visit. Minus the sudden attack, you're having a really nice time, and that part was honestly entirely your fault. He should quit putting himself down so much and being such a desperate piece of shit. You mean that in the nicest way possible. And it's pretty good advice in general. You know, just to have floating around out there. Finally, we can be friends. Aww. And I have the translations for this because I started doing my own translations because I got sick of waiting for other people to translate things for me. What the fuck? Did I? Wow, I'm a fool. I specifically remember writing this down, but I can't find it. Let's see, there's Tegiri's, there's... Oh, found it. Found it. Thanks for the call at Friendsim team. I know, right? They're just like, yeah, little shit heels. Okay, the text on the screen. The Alternian says, Alternia K-pop All-Stars. So yes, Odd, it wasn't absolutely poking fun at K-pop fans. Alright. So Tegiri is up next, but it's time to take 5. Yeah, so I'm gonna pop down here, shut this off, and we're gonna play some dang darn music. I'm gonna have some water, and then we'll skedaddle over to Tegiri. Back in 5. Hello there. Okay. We are back, and it It is time for Tegiri. Without further ado, I'm just gonna hop right the heck on in. We're already running a little bit late because I forgot to turn the stream on earlier. Whoops. So I'm just gonna motor through here. Alright. Everybody ready? Let's go. In an utterly unsurprising turn of events, the night finds you trolling Alternia in search of, well, trolls. The friendly type, preferably, although you've been known to work wonders with hostile folks, too. Your current hunting ground appears to be a primarily teal neighborhood, which suits you fine. Teals live relatively comfortably and are usually only mildly disdainful of you. This strikes you as a good place to search for companionship. You've got another pressing concern, though. A faint glow far on the horizon, which suggests that the sun will be rising soon. A couple hours from now at most. There's an issue? Oh, I forgot to turn the fucking display on. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh my god, I am so sorry. Okay, we're back. You didn't miss anything visually aside from just, like, the text itself, the narrative. Like, this is all that has been visible the whole time. Nights on Alternia seem to last forever, but when the daylight hits, it hits hard. Like a truck, but the truck is on fire, and the fire is a nuclear fusion, and the truck is a star. Point is... Ugh, that was a voice crack. Point is, you're not in the mood for another sunburn. You'd better snag a buddy before it's too late. You, the strange hornless thing! Speak of the devil. You whip around and spot a troll boy with a stylish hat and a sword sheathed behind his back. His clothes are a little shabby, but he carries himself with a rigid, composed air. This is... I know, oh my god, such a good fucking song. Assault. From... an album. Fuck. But yes, it's so good. Oh my god, I realized... after going over the footage for the last stream that Anime Boy Justice from album 9, yes, thank you, Odd, album 9, oh my god, fuck, what was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, forgot to go over the credits. See, that's why we forgot to go over the credits. I just forgot what I was saying in the middle of my fucking sentence. So. Yes, we'll definitely look at those today. I mean, I hope I remember. Please, please, please remind me to look at the credits, because we need to catch up on 2 volumes worth of credits now. Alright. Anyway, yes. Glorious song, and, let's see what Tegiri has to say. Speak of the devil. You whip around and spot a troll boy with a stylish hat and a sword sheathed behind his back. His clothes are a little shabby, but he carries himself with a rigid, composed air. What are you? Some kind of muted troll? Or another sentient creature? Definitely the latter, you say. Unless you would prefer the former, in which case you're that, actually. But mutants, you've learned, are not particularly well liked on this planet. An alien? I won't have to call you then. Not immediately, at least. You don't appear to be a cull-on-sight species. Lucky for you that I won't have to loose my blade, and lucky for me to have found a potential comrade. I know what you seek. Shelter and friendship, not necessarily in that order. You're about to speak up, but he's already moving on. You seek the meeting place of the Eastern Alternian Fine Animated Art Appreciation Society. He runs a fucking anime club. Or as some less cultured souls would call it, the anime club. That's just what it is, my dude. It's just the fucking anime club. Oh, a club! Back home, teachers used to go on and on about how clubs were a wonderful place to meet new friends. You didn't really believe it then, but maybe things are different here on Alternia. Count you the fuck in? Nice. Yes. Yeah, also, clubs are a great place to meet new friends. I mean, generally speaking, they absolutely can be. He's gonna take us to the anime club. He ain't just gonna take us to anime club. He runs fucking anime club. You confidently assert that yes, you are here for the animes. Good. I feared I was going to have to cancel tonight's meeting due to no-shows, but it can now proceed as scheduled. Follow me. He gestures towards his hive and begins to stride confidently toward it. But then he rethinks it, pausing to look back at you. Wait. Subs or dubs? Go into your house to play Smash instead. That face? Wait, which one? This one? Oh yeah. But, both? No. See, here's the thing. I am a both person too. Really depends on the anime, you know? It's nice to enjoy subs, but also I find that when I'm reading the subs, there are certain times where I miss half the action, right? Like, I don't get to see the beautiful animation and appreciate it because I'm fucking reading. So, dubs are good for just, watching it and being able to follow the action. Like, I find that sometimes I have actually a little, depending on if it's like if it's a dialogue heavy scene in My Hero Academia, I have a little bit of trouble following the action because, but in this case, we're gonna get the short end out of the way, and apparently this fucker, both are good? His expression immediately sours, a look you are all too familiar with. If you had a mouse, you'd be frantically scrolling the wheel upwards to roll back time and make a new choice. Are there different languages on Alternia? It's implied that it's more like heavily accented dialect. I mean, at least that's what I can kind of gather from interactions with Damara and Rufio in the Openbound flashes. That's kind of what I gathered. That it's less so different languages and more accented dialectical, kind of differences. Because, I don't remember which troll it is. I think it's when you're playing a zebra. Not zebra. Wow. This is fantastic. I'm already getting all of the trolls' names mixed up. Horus. Horus. When you're playing as Horus, he says something about not being able to understand her thick accent or something like that. Some racist bullshit. But yeah. So that's where I get that idea, is that they specifically the other trolls in those flashes specifically refer to it as an accent. You need captions for British Bake Off because that's fair. Yeah. Nah, it's fair. It's fair to captions and stuff. I just completely lost my train of thought. Y'all, I'm tired. I didn't even have to go the fuck to class today. My class today was canceled because of Yom Kippur. My prof is Jewish, and he was like, next week I have a religious holiday, so there will be no lecture. And I was just like, I am more than okay with that. Alright, anyway, sorry, I'm just like veering very much off track here. I'm trying to finish on time today. Everyone got off except for your school? Oh, fuck. I am so sorry that you had to go to class today. I'm pretty sure that's the right spelling. There might be only one P? No, I think that's the correct spelling, yeah. You're school dumb. Well, I mean, like, yeah, like, it wasn't, like, school-wide for my university. This was just because I happened to have a class with a prof who was celebrating Yom Kippur who decided to take the day off. But, yeah. Damn. I'm sorry. Okay. Gotta get back on track. I'm really trying to finish on time today because I need to get up early. Okay. So we just told him, both are good? His expression immediately sours, a look you're all too familiar with. Oh yeah, I read that one, so scroll back in time to make another choice, haha. Meta humor, haha. But you live in the real world, where you have to face the consequences of your god-awful anime opinions. Have you no conviction? The anime club is a sanctuary for those of strong will and finely honed arguments, not a shelter for cowardly pissants. What debate can come from a sycophantic toady? What debate can come from a sycophantic toady such as yourself? How are you going to stimulate my intellect? Oh, I just had an awful, awful thought. My hell brain just thought the sentence, Tegiri probably identifies as sapiosexual. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Oh, God. That just crawled out of the darkest corners of my brain. Anyway. Morosexual. That's one I have not heard of, but I feel like means because of the Moro, and I'm very sorry this is not correct, I feel like it means something along the lines of attracted to morons, just because of the context in which it is coming up. As when you like dumbass. Hey, I got it. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. I sincerely apologize for subjecting you all to what the darkest corners of my brain comes up with when I'm overtired. Okay. Keeping it on track. Trying really hard to keep this on track today. When you like types who kick your ass into the sun. Shit, let me look. Wait, no, I gotta look up a definition for something quickly. Okay, so when you like types who would like to kiss your ass into the sun, kick your ass into the sun, that is called being a masochist. I mix up masochist and sadist in my head sometimes. And I just had to double check that I was using the right word. That's called masochism. Oh, I know you were only half joking, y'all. I'm going. I don't know how to continue. Yep. Alright. That's your side. I'm sorry? That's just... my brain today is just like... It's going there. The filter is down. I am tired. I'm probably coming down with something. And I'm just saying shit. Cool. Okay. Fuck. I keep being like, I'm gonna streamline this. Today is gonna be on topic. We're gonna be on track. We're gonna do... It's just not happening. My brain, not doing it today. We are totally gonna run way over time. Okay. This tangent has been long enough that I feel the need to repeat the context of what we just fucking read. So we've just told Tegiri that we prefer both, and he's insulted that we're not enough for his intellect. You begin to sputter in protest. You're plenty stimulating. You've got a pretty long list of friends who you've stimulated in all kinds of ways. Platonic ones, mostly. But he's not having any of it. There are other anime fans in this city. Perhaps their gatherings will be more your level. Farewell. Okay. Did I? Oh, I don't think I translated that one. I missed this. I missed this end screen. Okay, let me do this right now. I'm gonna translate this right fucking now. I know, these anime-ass title card ends. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of anime references in here, and I'm hoping that somebody gets them, because I definitely did not understand all of them. Okay. I mean, I'm fairly certain that this just says parish, but that looks like too many letters. Oh, no! 2 letters in, and I already fucking know exactly what it's gonna say. It says pathetic. It just says pathetic. He thinks you are absolutely pathetic. Okay, so subs or dubs? I guess we kind of came to a general consensus on dubs before, I will admit. So with this one, subs or dubs, you get a different reaction from him, but both of them will progress you to the next point in the exact same point in the dialogue, continuing forward. So I'll do one and then scroll back and show you the other one, just so you get to see both reactions. Okay. Dubs. Perfect. A fellow connoisseur. Because obviously everyone would expect it to be the reactions to be the other way around. But nope. It's just like, yes. Thank you. Finally, someone knows what they're talking about. Let's continue. Okay. So. You got a very brief look at his room. But, before we get to see it in full, let's see what the sub's reaction is. It's entertaining how wrong you are. But even the greatest of Alternia's philosophizers required sparring opponents on the battlefield of the intellect. To challenge your assumptions with my superior logic and taste will be a fulfilling task. Come in. Not really the reaction you were hoping for, but you'd say anything to get into someone's hive, so you'll take it. Pitch? Oh, like Voltron? Or Matt? Also from Voltron? I have three of my friends cosplayed Voltron characters at a recent convention. They cosplayed Hunk, Pidge, and Keith together. It was pretty cool. They did a good job. Anyway, yes, this is Tegiri's room. So I thought there would be more Alternia to translate in here, but there does not seem to be. However, there is the big sign above his bedroom door says Opie. Okay, I'm gonna Google this. I know there's some context for that term, but I've just never looked it up. Oh shit, it literally just means big boobs. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, One Punch Man has hoodie. That's like a brand name too, right? Like there's literally a brand that's Opie that just sells like very minimalist pictures of boobs. And it's like, what the? Wow, he literally just has a sign in his room that says big boobs. Got it. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. There are replica swords going from left to right, like replica swords. There's the posters on the wall. Lots of figures. That massive fucking... Oh, and on the right, there's even more replica swords. Which, somebody... I don't remember who exactly this was, where I read this first. Pink Blooded Troll from the animated shitty series? Ooh, shit. I think I know what you're talking about, and I don't remember. I haven't even heard anything about that in a really fucking long time. Jeez. No, but I'm picturing the Tumblr post. That's weird. I would try and find the post and link it, but like I don't even know what I would search for on my Tumblr. But yeah, no, that one should absolutely be in here. And there's the body pillows in the back, which, ugh. And then there's ninja stars, just kind of, or throwing stars, I should say, pardon me. stuck in the wall. And if you look at the rack of replica swords, the bottom two, the other ones I'm kind of like, I don't know if those are references, but the bottom two abso-fucking-lutely are Homestuck references. Sugoi Quest for Kokoro? Oh my god, please, please link it in chat. Sorry, I'm just writing it down. Okay, I just wrote that down and circled it so I remember to link it in the description when this goes on YouTube. Yes, thank you. Okay, give me one. I know I keep doing this, but I just, yeah, I don't have a... Oh. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, this fucking thing. Holy shit. Okay, oh, one of the figures is One Piece? Okay. Oh, I see now, right at the top, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of these figures are references to specific things that I have absolutely no fucking context for. If you spot any other references, I would absolutely love to know, because I'm sure this room is full of them. Speaking of references, I interrupted myself when I was talking about Homestuck references. The bottom two swords on the right hand side are Homestuck references. The bottom one appears to be a replica Mind Fang sword. And the one up from that has the image that was on the, I believe it was called the Ribitar. One of Dave's swords. Yeah. So those are tucked away over there. Okay, the big sword is a Final Fantasy reference, right? I feel like that's Final Fantasy because they have really big swords in Final Fantasy. I'm gonna venture to say Cloud's sword? Maybe? Oh, it's hard to see on the stream. Yeah. Dang, I don't know how to enhance things. I should learn how to do that with OBS. That would be a cool thing to know how to fucking do. Anyway. Yes, on with the dialogue. Close enough to Cloud Sword? Alright, alright. Okay. Back to the story. Oh god, it's 12:45. We're gonna run so fucking overtime today. Tegiri invites you into his hive with a sweeping bow, and you step into the foyer. The hive looked normal from the outside, normal by troll standards at least, but the inner decor has an entirely different vibe to it. It reminds you of Japanese architecture. Tegiri takes off his sandals before entering the next room. You'd take off your shoes too, if you had any. As you step into his living room, you are assaulted, not literally thankfully, by an absolute smorgasbord of merchandise. This place looks like someone did a Google search for otaku collection and opened the first results. Posters and scrolls adorn every inch of wall available, and the inches of wall that aren't available are blocked by shelves containing all sorts of DVDs, manga, and other such forms of media. On a large glass shelving unit near the room's exit, you spy a veritable cornucopia of anime figurines, most of whom seem to be in varying states of undress. You would like to describe it as tasteful nudity, but you would also like to describe yourself as the most popular person on Alternia, and both would be a lie. Tegiri has arranged his merch meticulously according to blood color, from red at the bottom to fuchsia at the top. I see you're admiring my fine East Alternian collectibles. I polish them daily, just as I polish my blade. Don't touch them, or you'll taste folded steel. That's such an impractical place to keep a sheath. Like, it's so... God, anyway. You slowly retract your hand. You wouldn't dream of touching them. That was never, ever something you were planning on doing. You won't even breathe on them. You're gonna kill him with his own sword. Fuck God. In fact, you step far away from the collectibles, just in case. With that step, you bump into something behind you and hear a soft breath. As you spin around to look, you see what must be Tegiri's Lucis surveying you with an intense gaze. It looks a lot like a Shiba Inu, if they were twice the size and had opposable everything. Honestly, watching it scuttle around like a monkey while sniffing you is pretty entrancing. If we turn off the headlines, you can get a little bit of a better look at the paw that is curled up underneath the front. I know, right? It's fucking Okami. Which is really fucking neato. We're gonna catch so many fucking references in here. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's I'm stealing the sword. Yeah, it's a cute little. Oh, I think I might have thought of quite possibly in the back shelf, on the shelf on the back right of the room, second from the top on the far left, that could possibly be the Gurren Lagann reference. I don't remember the name of the character because I've never watched Gurren Lagann, but yeah. The figure on top is Spirited. Oh yeah. Yeah. That does indeed make sense. I haven't seen Spirited Away. I need to watch more Ghibli movies. The girl with, well, she has a shirt. It's a bikini top, and that's what tipped me off. Is that it's like the short shorts, like, and a bikini top with the sword. Yeah. Anyway. Oh my goodness, I keep getting off topic. I am so fucked. Anyway, off it goes. Bye, doggy. You can't make yourself. Yeah. I don't know. It's not on my watch list because I think is that one another one of the big robot animes, or am I just like completely off on that? I feel like I might be off on that. I have never seen Neon Genesis Evangelion. That's another one I need to watch. Oh my god. Brain. Topic. Tegiri. Eventually, you seem to meet its standards because it darts out of the room. You hear some rustling in what you assume is the kitchen. That was Tadashi Inu, my Lucis. He taught me everything I know. I could not have asked for a better sensei. Yeah, dogs are great, you respond, and then immediately wish you could take that back. Dogs are great. That's got to be the blandest possible statement you could have made. And possibly inaccurate, too. What's this thing called? A bark beast? A fetch fiend? Wolf gremlin? You're gonna slice it. Oh, Tegiri isn't even paying attention to you anymore. He's busy perusing his shelves, picking up some DVDs. Per my viewing schedule, we watch a carefully curated selection of episodes from one classic and from one recent release. But, since you're a newcomer, it might be best not to jump into the middle of the Last Bout series, Philosopher Half-Iron, which is obviously Full Metal Alchemist. That one I do understand. That is a Full Metal Alchemist reference. Perhaps we shall instead begin with the first season of School-Fed Heroism and transition into some episodes of Kismet Stuck Morning. Okay, so School-Fed Heroism is another super obvious one. That's My Hero Academia. Kismet Stuck Morning. If anybody knows what the fuck that's a reference to, feel free to fill me in, because I have no clue. Odd, are you enthusiastically yelling Kismet Stuck Morning in the chat because you know what it's referring to? Possibly? Maybe, please. Fuck, I saw someone suggest one in Optimistic Duelist Discord at some point. You might know. Okay. I don't remember. Oh, it might have been Steins Gate? Because that title has a colon in it. I think that was the one, or maybe I just saw that online somewhere later. I don't know. But I've never seen Steins Gate. I don't know anything about it, so I don't know if that's actually... I mean, the gate and the stuck would make sense, but, like, the morning, where's that coming from? I don't know. Hopefully you got a good lead, Odd. The original airing, of course. Not the censored one with the ridiculous CGI dragon. Ugh. Steins Gate might be it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I just saw it somewhere, I think, like, later that day. I was looking for something, and I was like, oh, Oh, wait, go back? Yeah, the original airing, not the censored one with the ridiculous CGI dragon. Are you getting an inkling? You feel like you know what he's referring to now? There's no dragons in Steins Gate, are there? I haven't seen Steins Gate. Okay, I'm gonna keep skedaddling on. But please, if you feel like you have any other ideas as to what that might be, please toss them in chat. Looks like Tegiri intends to take full control of this morning's activities, which you find entirely copacetic. The less you need to assert your own opinions and make your own choices, the less likely you are to fuck up. Watch/played? Oh, is it? That played, you saying played reminds me of Nier Automata, but I don't think that Kismet Stuck would translate. Also, Nier Automata is not an anime. The fuck am I? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving. It's probably not a healthy way to live, but it's gotten you somewhere between 1 to 19 friends so far, so you're sticking to it. With deft and precise movements, Tegiri retrieves a disc from its container and pops it into the troll equivalent of a DVD player. It makes a slimy, chuggy noise as it sucks the disc in, and like usual, you aren't sure if it's an inanimate object or a living being. Either way, you're a little disgusted. The DVD player hums, and Tegiri's TV lights up with a colorful title screen. You're ready to get settled in for a journey through the wonderful world of the animes, but he frowns and pauses the episode less than a minute in. Ooh, you think you found it? Which one? Hang on. This isn't the correct copy. The localization on these lines was changed after the original translator was culled by a purple blood for crimes against buffoonery. Fate Stay Night. Yes! That has to be it. That's like... Yes. Sorry, I'm just getting this comfortable. Ugh. Bad CGI dragon in anime. Oh, God. Well, found it. Oh, there's a video. So, let me do this one more time. Oh wow, that is truly awful. Y'all, if you have the time to go watch this, let me write this down. I'm trying to write down the links. So that I remember what I need to link and don't have to go over 2 hours of footage to find everything again. Okay. Okay, so. Mystery solved. Thank you for looking that up, Odd. Now, let's keep him moving. He's angry because this is not the original, but crimes against buffoonery. Good God. Okay. I specifically ordered the first edition and paid extra for it. This is unacceptable. Tegiri stops the DVD player, ejects the disc, and places it back in its case. Come, there's still time in the night. We need to go resolve this immediately. The shop that imported it for me is nearby. He heads for the door and beckons for you to follow, which you do. You guess it was too much to hope for a quiet morning inside, wasn't it? At least you get to go shopping for animes, which sounds fun enough. Will it be one of those fancy automated stores, you wonder? No. Unlike most stores on Alternia, this specialty shop is run by a living troll. A fellow collector who would not entrust such work to automation. So one would expect, with an actual think pen involved, there would be no careless mistakes like this. At least I'm on good terms with the owner, so I doubt there will be trouble. You, on the other hand, expect plenty of it. Pretty much everything on this goddamn planet has been trouble so far. Does he know how awful it is here? You don't want to human-splain to him or anything, but things are pretty awful here. Things are pretty awful here. Oh, you guess he knows. He's staring at one of the many billboards that line the streets, which has been defaced with bright red graffiti. It's saying some pretty nasty stuff about Trizza. Rebel sentiments grow by the moment. Alternia lies on the verge of peril, a blade's edge. And not any blade, but the blade of a razor-sharp folded steel katana. Forged under the East Alternian moonlight. Heated by the bellow breath of a magnificent draconian Lucis. Cooled by the shimmering cascade of an acid waterfall. And fit to be handled only by a true expert. Do you dance? You're a little caught off guard by that question. Dancing? As in moving one's body to music? I know that this whole speech is a reference to something, but again, it's just quite not clicking. Fuck! Dirk's story about his katana! God damn it, you are so right! Damn it. In a way, yes. Moving to the sweet music of steel on steel, the rhythm of combat, the stiletto step that weaves death and glory into one beautiful motion. Do you dance? Oh, sword fighting, of course. You really should have figured that one out. This guy's dial has only 2 settings, talking about swords or talking about anime. Sometimes he gets particularly frisky and talks about both at once. You tell him that you don't know how to handle swords, but they seem really cool and you'd love to learn. Cool? Feh. Swordplay is more than cool. It is a way of life, a code of honor. To pick up the blade is to bind yourself to the tenets of Bushido, and to be prepared at all times to enforce justice the only way a swordsman knows, through steel. Someday, the pursuit of justice may bring me face to face with these rebel scum. I must be ready to show them the true magnificent terror of the blade. Who knows? Maybe I would even be awarded a Congressional Medal of Honor. A troll can dare to dream. I forget what Bushido means, so I'm gonna Google it because I remember it means something interesting. Okay, here's Wikipedia. Bushido, directly translating to the Way of Warriors, is a Japanese collective term for the many codes of honor and ideals that dictated the samurai way of life, loosely analogous with the concept of chivalry in Europe. The way originates from the samurai moral values, most commonly stressing some combination of sincerity, frugality, loyalty, martial arts mastery, and honor until death. Born from Neo-Confucianism during the time of peace in the Edo period and following Confucian texts, while also being influenced by Shinto and Zen Buddhism, allowing the violent existence of the samurai to be tempered by wisdom, patience, and serenity. Bushido developed between the 16th and 20th centuries, debated by pundits who believed they were building on a legacy dating back to the 10th century, although some scholars have noted that the term Bushido is rarely attested in pre-modern literature. Cool. Oops, let me turn this back on. Okay. So that's why he practices swordplay, huh? To enforce justice, kind of like a vigilante? Vigilante? Please. I would only ever cull a troll who legally deserved death. What kind of lawless moron do you take me for? You don't take him for a moron at all. In fact, he's very smart and clever in jest. Not applicable to him because he's dishonorable. Oh god. Yeah, this guy is just like... Yeah. I'll talk a little more about his character development when we get a little later in, because he's an interesting mix of things. You hope you're not laying it on too thick, but he seems to enjoy the praise. Ah, we're here. This won't take long. He's taken you to a night market that reminds you of the place where you met Polypa. A strip mall lies to the left of many tents and stalls, and a sign above one door reads Super Topedo Imports, referring to Topedo Co. As you enter, Tegiri makes a beeline for the counter, which is manned by a greasy-looking gold-blood with pinkish-looking eyes. Okay, so this place is chock full of Alternian to translate, and you bet your fucking monies that I have translated all of it. That end screen was the only one that slipped by me, I swear on my life. Okay, so the pink sign of the back wall says Super Topedo Import. And the red sign above the door in the back, the red sign just says employees only. Let's see. Yes, the arcade game on the far right is called Serpent S, which is a reference to a specific arcade game, but I don't remember which one. And the sign on the shelf with like the little red like flower thing on the outside, the first word is fucking impossible to read. I could not for the life of me translate that. But the last three words are ask for assistance. And then when Tegiri's sprite moves, there's more to there's a couple more things behind him that I'll get into. Oh, serpent space letter S, yeah. As you enter, Tegiri makes a beeline for the counter, which is manned by a greasy-looking gold-blood with pinkish-looking eyes. You, on the other hand, are more interested in the rest of the store. It looks a lot like Tegiri's living room, but bigger. Anime figurines on sale for what looks to be a preposterous amount of money, DVDs and comics lining the shelves, arcade games in the corner. There's even a section for replica swords, which all look far too sharp and legitimately deadly for your liking. Skulking in between the shelves is an olive blood guy. You can't quite tell if he works here or if he's just browsing. You're not sure if any trolls even have normal jobs. You're about to ask the olive guy about the particularly interesting DVD when you're distracted by a commotion at the counter. You're pretty sure you heard Tegiri snarling something about his rights as a consumer. Looks like trouble is brewing. You turn your head toward the counter and listen in. Do you really think you can get away with ripping me off like this? Do you know who I am? My blood caste? Ugh. A teal blood like me has connections. A vast network of like-minded souls at my beck and call, ready to be unsheathed against my hapless foes. The legal force I can bring to bear against you is greater than your puerile mind could ever imagine. A fleet of legislators will descend on you like shadow clones, each armed with the greatest weapon of them all, knowledge. And with our intricate understanding of the Alternian legal code, you will be mired in suits so myriad, so mind-numbing, you will wish for the swift and early death my blade can provide. Or you could offer me an exchange of equal or greater value to my original purchase. Oh, God. Which path will you choose to walk, scum? You wander closer to the counter, hoping you might be able to help resolve the situation, but instead you blunder right into the olive blood and send a box tumbling from his hands to the ground. A bunch of assorted products spill out as the shopkeeper gasps dramatically. You don't see what the big deal is. Looks like some more DVDs and manga. Use it to spray its blood on the walls. Good God. One cover features a troll with heart-shaped horns and a bright pink sign. And another features some red-blooded douchebag wearing pants way too tall for him. Now odd. The heart-shaped horns and the bright pink sign. Would this be the fan troll you were referring to earlier? Because I think it is. Yeah. Her name is like, oh my god, it's like Kawaii something. Bloody blah. No, Sakura. No, that's right. Duh. Sorry. I'm sitting here like going, oh my god, what was her name again? Literally, you sent. Sorry, oh my god, my brain is so not working. That's exactly her. Yes. Yep. Sorry, I just scrolled ahead in the Sugoi quest for Kokoro because I hadn't actually watched it because I was streaming, but oh my. And of course, the red-blooded douchebag wearing pants way too tall for him is Signless/Sufferer. Uh-oh. Tegiri picks up one of the mangas and waves it in front of the shopkeeper's face. Care to explain what I'm looking at here? Imperial Dictate number the 2nd, section 3.2. The depiction of non-standard hemological attributes is strictly forbidden. Imperial Dictate number the 7th, section 5. Material which encourages action against the state is considered contraband of the highest degree. The olive blood, who can clearly see the situation careening downhill like a scuttlebuddy without wheel stops, begins to creep towards the door. You'd love to do the same, but you can't give up on a potential new friendship. It's basically pathological. I mean, I would argue that it's actually pathological to stay, but... To think my favorite Eastern Alternian hobby shop could stoop so low as to peddle this criminal filth. What a sickening betrayal. Let's kill him? Who, Tegiri? The shopkeeper stammers, offering a litany of muddled explanations that only seem to incense Tegiri further. He was holding it for a friend. No, wait, It's satire? Tegiri slams a palm down on the counter and his eyes shoot open, revealing dark purple irises with a strange swirl pattern. What the fuck are these a reference to? I'm sure that those lenses are also a reference. Imperial Dictate number the 61st, section 2. Satire is especially contraband. You think you can mess with me? I've watched countless hours of legal drama, played and replayed legendary Legislacerator, and memorized every twist. I know the law back and forth. I love that his citation for his knowledge is crime dramas and not like the school that he is, Legislacerator schooling that he is undoubtedly forced into as a teal blood. He's Sasuke? I have not watched any Naruto, but I trust you on that, because yes, Sasuke, there's the attorney, legendary Legislacerator. Oh, you're saying that's Ace Attorney. Oh, I get it now. Fuck. Yes, it just clicked. It took a few seconds, but it got there. He's Sasuke. Okay. And Ace Attorney. Yes. Perfect. And now it's time for the punishment due. You're fucking dead, kiddo. Okay, he has moved a little bit. He has moved into the center, which means that now, just as a side note, you still hate him? Yeah, me too. As a side note, on the left here, you can now see the poster in the back that looks like the Overwatch logo and literally just says Troll Overwatch on it. Yeah, it literally just says Troll Overwatch. Like, no, not even any like funny alternate name, just Troll Overwatch. And you can just see the hint of a yellow poster in the back. We will eventually be able to see the whole thing, which is how I got the full translation. But the yellow poster behind his elbow says, "Return policy. We don't accept returns." As Tegiri leans over the counter, his free hand grips the hilt of his katana and tenses, ready to draw. He's about to straight up execute this guy. Alright folks, what's your choice? Don't intervene or defend the shopkeeper. Yeah, nice policy, I know, right? It's a policy which makes sense for Alternia. But yes. Defend the shopkeep? What are you thinking, Sneak Cat? I'm guessing that you're thinking along the same lines. Defend the shopkeeper. Got it. Defend the shopkeeper. Okay, you know this is a terrible idea, but you've seriously had it up to here with being party to the murder of random trolls. You quickly interpose yourself between Tegiri and the Goldblood. Does he really have to kill this guy for what seems to be his first offense? You launch into an impassioned spiel about love and friendship and justice, riding the value of forgiveness and second chances really hard. And, for good measure, you throw in a little side note about how Tegiri's favorite shop will close down if he kills this dude. Silence! Tegiri shoves you roughly aside and you go careening into a display full of body pillows. You watch, stomach plummeting, as Tegiri turns back to the shopkeeper and slowly draws his sword. But then, at the last second, he reconsiders. Ugh. Consider yourself lucky I'm in a good mood. If I catch you selling contraband again, your life will be mine. Tegiri strides out of the store, holding a fresh copy of the DVD he wanted to exchange. You give the shopkeeper a vaguely apologetic look and rush out of the store behind him. Whew, that was a close one. You thank Tegiri profusely for listening to your dumb little speech about whatever it was you said. Honestly, you already forgot. You're clearly new to this planet. I felt pity for your naivety. But I should have just killed him. Death is the legally prescribed punishment for such crimes as his. Actually, it's the legally prescribed punishment for most crimes. I should have separated him from his head. But I looked into your pleading eyes and I saw... Tegiri goes quiet. You would describe the silence as being particularly brooding. There's a lot of silences like that on this planet. Then, finally, he speaks. This isn't my first time. It was just over a sweep ago, I believe. I was patrolling the Hive Batch in search of evildoers when I caught the unmistakable scent of smoke in the air. Upon perusing the lead, I saw a hive partially collapsed, partially on fire. My instincts blared, and I rushed in to help the innocent soul who was trapped there. Light Yagami ass. But yes. Remember, this is indeed the teal blood who was alluded to in Polypa's route. So this is Polypa, yes. Polypa that he's talking about. But as I was helping the girl bandage her wounds, it occurred to me that I had made a grievous error in judgment. Trolls below a certain age without a lucis or a proper hive are considered unviable and slated to be culled. By rights, I should have put her out of her misery the moment I had realized my mistake. And yet... I looked into her deep gray eyes, dulled from the pain of loss, and I sheathed my blade. In fact, even though she is hiveless and lucisless, I remain in contact with her to this day. Knowing deep down that one day I must cull her. The law demands it. But I haven't yet. I don't know if I could. Why does my conviction waver at times like these? Because you secretly have a heart of gold and you've been brainwashed by a fascist state. If he's talking about who you think he's talking about, you're pretty sure he couldn't kill her even if he tried. Which, snaps for that. Also true. But that's not the point here. The point is, he's spilling some real and true and deep emotion with you. This friendship is basically in the bag. Just gotta drop some sweeping, vague wisdom that makes him feel better about potentially not being an unthinking cog in the Alternian murder machine. You still hate him. I mean, yeah, no, that's fair. I'm just hoping that he somewhere along the line gets a bit of a redemption arc, because you can tell that there's something in him that knows that it's wrong. But he ain't listening to it, and it's like, you fucker. This friendship is basically in the bag. Just gotta drop some sweeping, vague wisdom that makes him feel better about potentially not being an unthinking cog in the Alternian murder machine. You offer a light suggestion that maybe what is legal and what is just aren't always the same thing. Just a little thought. Ayo. Maybe he's doing the right thing, overlooking her situation because of how obviously fucked up it is to be a homeless orphan. He goes silent for a long time, chewing his bottom lip. Bleh, you're naive. Naive, uncultured, unenlightened. Wow, thanks! You think the world is simple, like a cartoon for children. But this is Alternia, a land ruled by cold logic, where men such as myself must make the hard decisions. Oh god. See, here's the thing, okay? I believe, so this came up in a group discussion that I'm fairly certain the word to describe his attitudes is libertarian. It's not easy being dedicated to the code of law. And don't totally quote me on that. I'm like 90% certain that's correct, but I'm not entirely sure that I could define libertarian. But I mean, this seems like, y'all know what? Today is just the day for Googling shit. Fucking Google the definition of libertarian. That's not... Why did someone call this libertarianism? That's not the right word. These definitions are informing me that that is not the right word. What the fuck word am I looking for? Well, that was wrong. That was very wrong. And I don't know who said that. I read it somewhere. I know there is a... specific term for the, like a more specific term than just conservative for folks who are just like, law is good, follow the law, that is all. But by the very brief definition that Google gave me, and I could be wrong, that's not quite libertarianism. Anyway, let's just keep going and pretend that didn't happen, because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Woo! Lawful neutral. I mean, that's not what I was thinking of, but that also definitely works. Okay. It's not easy being dedicated to the code of law. It asks much of us and gives us little in return, but it gives us order. It keeps the beasts at bay. If I were to question it, what then? Would I begin to wonder if it is unjust for a blue blood to command his servants, for imperial drones to cull the infirm, for us to obey the ever-changing whims of the Alternian royalty? It takes a lot of effort to suppress your, well, yeah. But for the sake of this burgeoning friendship, you allow him to continue his monologue. Oh my god, have y'all seen some of those posts going around where they're like headlines from hyper-conservative websites that are like phrased like they're supposed to be scare tactics, but they're literally just like this is just the night for it. I'm gonna see if I search for some tag words here. I don't think I'm searching for the right word here. Nope, definitely not. Okay, let's try. It's this specific, it's like there's an article, it's like this conservative website. This woman wrote an article where she went to a political. You know what? I'm wasting time. I'm wasting time. Guess who's wasting time? It's me. Yeah, basically, she went to her thing and was like so shocked, and I can't even fucking talk right now, y'all. I really wish I could, because I'm absolutely not explaining this properly. But I'm gonna leave it at that, because it's 1:30. Fuck, it's 1:30. And we, oh my god, and we still have a whole other ending to get through. Y'all. Okay. Raining. Send. Oh. Yes, send that rain to Texas. Riots in the streets. Troll killing troll. Even more than usual, I mean. No, I cannot waver. These hands must remain steady and true. Though I feel a pull towards the scorching fangs of the light, I must continue my path and remain in the tender, righteous embrace of the dark. Truth be my blade, intellect my sensei, and justice my only companion on this lonely road. He goes on like that for quite a while. It all starts to muddle together in your head, and you lose count of how many times he's repeated some screed about justice and truth being smarter than all the other trolls in the room. Justice and truth and being smarter than all the other trolls in the room. It honestly sounds to you like he's just lonely? You know a whole lot about loneliness, and the poor management thereof. Some people throw themselves into their nerdy anime hobby, and others become obsessed with making friends, no matter the cost of their mental or physical well-being. Maybe he just needs a couple of good pals to remind him what it's like to have a heart. But if you try to tell him that, he'll probably just respond with another long and winding monologue, likely stolen from an anime he watched recently. Maybe you should just let him vent. You have my thanks for lending your ear. Oh, a compliment brings you out of your reverie. Nothing interrupts the old introspection machine like the opportunity to chug on the succulent ambrosia that is any kind of praise or gratitude. It's no big deal, you tell him. You're a great listener. That's what friends are for. Has he considered having more friends? Like you, for example? He opens his mouth like he's about to reiterate the whole lone swordsman thing, so you hastily try to change the topic. What's with his eyes? Most trolls you've seen have gray irises, and those who didn't follow the typical biological trend of displaying their blood color. Tegiri pauses, tensing on his sword as his fangs dig into his lip. Oh geez, this must be his most closely guarded secret. Have you earned enough trust to hear it? They're contact lenses for cosplay. Oh, fair enough. Actually, is cosplaying as a different blood caste even legal on this planet? If he's doing it, it probably is, right? You're about to ask when something distracts you. The sight of another troll standing in front of Tegiri's hive, using it as shelter from the rising sun. They're pacing back and forth with precise movements, glancing at one of the windows almost like they're plotting to break in. And when they hear footsteps approaching, they perk up and whirl their head around. Hey, wait a second. You recognize them. Hello, Polypa. Welcome back. Polypa spots you before Tegiri spots her. Her expression is hard and stoic, eyes glancing between the two of you as she assesses the situation. And then, like she's throwing on a disguise, her face softens and she smiles. Hey, Tegs. I was starting to wonder where you were, and if anime night was cancelled. Ulysses is staring at me through the window. I think he thinks it's funny, watching me stuck outside. Roasting to death while you're chasing Purbeast around the hive batch. Heh, classic Tadashi. Oh true, they do have very similar horns. I hadn't noticed that before. Why were you late? Just busier than expected, with some work. She shoots you a sharp glance. Because of course Tegiri doesn't know that she does illegal assassin work and does not give a fuck about castes, about the caste system or anything like that. Assembling some new mecha models. You know how it is. Yes, of course. It's all too easy to get wrapped up in one's hobby. Anyway, I didn't realize we'd have a third, for once. For once! Ah! So he's going, oh, anime club, you must be looking for anime club. But it's really just anime night with Polypa, which is super cute. Not to mention, somebody I know. I can't believe I have to read this line out loud. I'm not even sure what either of those words mean. If any of you out there know what nani or kohai mean, so I don't have to Google them, please put it in chat. I will Google them if nobody knows though, which is fine. Nani? You and my new kohai have already met? Oh, nani just means what? Oh my god. This fucking weeb. And kohai, is that just like... Kohai is younger peer, okay. Cool. God, this fucking guy. Nani the fuck? She pauses, her eyes darting back and forth between you two once more. She seems to be assessing the situation, wearing a look like an assassin trying to evade capture. You recognize that look, considering she was literally wearing it the last time you met. We're kinda... morels. Whoa, that is absolutely not what you thought you were, but you just kind of nod your head and roll with it. It seems to be what she wants you to do. So, that was not just a throwaway end. MSPA Reader is canonically in Polypa's Pale Quadrant. Oh, morels. Tegiri's face tightens almost imperceptibly, but you caught it. Nothing gets past your honed friend-making eyes. Well, actually, a lot of things get past them, but not this particular thing. You're finely tuned to the nuances of social situations, as long as those nuances don't involve making a binary choice on which your social future hinges. Well, as you know, I am far too busy studying the blade to pursue quadrants of any sort. Sorry, I started busting up near the end there, but fucking studying the blade. A foolish waste of time. Were it not for the laws of this land, I would swear off them entirely. Were it not for the laws of this land. 2 meme references in a fucking row. So first of all, studying the blade. So you know, Polypa could say, for example, while you were studying the blade, I was romancing this alien. Or, yeah, and like, were it not for the laws of this land. Oh my god, I fucking love that. Waiting for then perish. Are you sure it isn't that you just can't get a date? Ayo. You don't have to play the mysterious loner, you know. There's other clubs you could join, instead of insisting on running your own. He huffs, looking away. You hear his lusus barking from behind the window in a tone that sounds like laughter. Oh my god, odd. But, oh god. Yeah, like he could just join other anime clubs, but no, he has to run his own. Fools mock that which they cannot understand. And to think I was going to congratulate you on finding love. Finding love? God, that's so cute. Once you've finished your spiel about romance being dumb, Polypa gives him a light, friendly whap, which he responds to with a smile. You can tell the exchange is friendly, not only because he's smiling, but because he's still standing. Enough banter. The harsh glare of the sun begins to crest, and we have Eastern Alternian animation to indulge in. I'll allow you both to spend the day at my hive if needed. There's space. Oh shit. A slumber party? And with more than one participant even? That's got to be worth extra friend points. You are so in. Shelter from the broiling death orb in the sky barely even registers to you as an added bonus. Polypa smiles at you as the three of you enter Tegiri's hive. Tegiri covers up all of his windows to block out the sun, and then starts up the new copy of his DVD, which thankfully seems to meet his standards this time. You settle in on the couch, basking in the warm glow of friendship, and prepare to lose yourself to hours of the beautiful, wonderful animes. Did his Lucis Bork? I think he did, yeah. I kind of missed that little text, but yeah, I'm fairly certain that's what that was. And the end screen says, and I don't know what this means in Japanese, but it says, Ore wa kazai, oh no, kaizoku o ni naru otoko da. Oh, he's drinking Ramune. No? No. Oh no, do you recognize that quote? Polypa is the only thing saving him. Is that a recognizable quote? Ore wa kaizoku o ni naru otoko da. Yeah, I'll put that into chat because it's a whole thing. Okay. That's what it says, and it also has the exclamation point at the end. So, is that ringing bells for folks? You don't think that's it? Okay. Well, it must be a reference to something. Oh, odd are you? It's One Piece? I know! I forgot we had to do this too. It's fucking 140. I'm pretty sure this is the... Aside from... I think, one of the Homestuck walkarounds, this is the longest I've ever gone over time. Which is not good, because this is a school night. It's a One Piece reference. Oh my god. Okay. Last route. Let's just buzz through this, okay? Don't intervene. You really don't want to get in between the shopkeeper and Tegiri's sword. For all you know, this really does warrant an immediate execution. Who are you to judge? You do, however, squint a little so you don't have to see the full gory detail of the culling. Turns out, it's not nearly as gory as you expected. Tegiri leaps over the counter and swings wildly at the guy, but many of his attacks fail to connect. It's mostly just a bunch of bombastic anime-style moves that don't translate well to actual combat. Still, some strikes hit home, drawing a spray of murky gold blood that jolts the shopkeeper out of his petrified fear. He screeches and unleashes a strobing psionic blast from his eyes, causing Tegiri to stagger back, disoriented. The flash of light doesn't seem to have caused any real damage, but it offers the perfect opportunity to flee. By the time your eyes have adjusted, the only thing they see is the back door swinging widely in his wake. Unsurprisingly, the olive blood is nowhere to be seen as well. I have a feeling that the olive blood is... I hope, anyway, that the olive blood is one of the other troll call trolls that we haven't met yet. Tegiri glances down at his katana, stained with the blood of the shopkeeper, and slowly sheaths it. His hand is shaking, claws tapping at the hilt restlessly. He turns slowly to you, forcing himself back into his usual stoic posture. He got lucky, that's all. But he can't hide forever. Let's go, we need to report this to a drone. He strides out of the shop, leaving you to follow hurriedly behind. What a mess. You hesitantly ask him whether it was really necessary to try and kill that boy for what he did. Of course it was. The law is absolute. A foreigner like you might not understand. It is not my duty to question the righteousness of my actions. I am but a tool through which the law is enforced. I am the blade that her imperious condescension wields to maintain order in this world of chaos. Just like this drone. He gestures to one of the big, hulking drones that you've grown all too familiar with during your stay here on Alternia. Right now, it looks like it's cleaning up some bronze-colored blood that was splattered on the side of a building. Tegiri approaches and hails it, beginning to explain that there's a collector's shop he needs to report for rebel activity. But the drone isn't listening to any of that. It slowly turns from him to stare directly at you, and it raises its weapon to your face. A grating, electronic noise issues from its metallic grill. In the immortal words of a wise cartoon dog, ruh-roh. That's a Scooby-Doo reference, and that was not a good impression, but it's late, and let's keep going. Hold it! This creature is under my protection. It has committed no crime. If you continue this attempted culling, I will strike back with my katana. Well, we saw how successful it was the last time, and probably both end up dead. And a strongly worded letter to your superiors. The drone seems supremely annoyed that it can't just get right down to culling a motherfucker, but Tegiri's cast must be just high enough to give it pause. You, the motherfucker in question, are incredibly relieved. That relief quickly fades when the drone produces a palm husk with a blurry picture of you on the screen, and a lot of text beneath, most of it flashing red. That's never a good sign. It looks like a rap sheet. Tegiri reads through it quickly, which is a pretty impressive feat considering his eyes are still closed and his expression darkens the further down he gets. Wanted under suspicion of meat product theft? Wanted under suspicion of meat product theft. Heist of fine art. Accomplice to the assassination of a violet blood? Oof. You didn't realize you'd racked up such a heavy list of crimes. He's already rounding on you with fury radiating off every inch of his being. It's terrifying. You've seen this guy arguing with a retail clerk. You know what he's capable of. All this time, I thought your soul was open to the way of the samurai. I thought I had met a potential new connoisseur of the animated arts. But no. Your blood pusher pumps only lies through your villainous veins. You were just looking for an alibi. A place to bide your time. To hide away from the drones until it was time to indulge once more in your criminal ways. We killed people, huh? Well, we didn't actually kill anyone. Polypa did. But we were spotted with her while she was still in the disguise. So, ooh, that was a voice crack. You try to defend yourself. You didn't do any of those things. And you have a perfectly good reason for most of them. Tegiri isn't buying it. He's clutching his katana hilt so tight veins are bulging on his hand. Silence, coward. The time has come for my blade to strike true. Ha! He draws his blade in a smooth motion and swipes at you, and you just barely manage to sidestep the attack. You dart backwards, stumbling over yourself in your haste to get away, while he swings his katana wildly around while making a lot of weird grunting noises. Once again, his mouth has been writing a check his sword can't cash. But you doubt that matters when trolls are stronger and faster than you in general, and he's accompanied by a giant murder drone. It's time for you to split, and you better do it lickety. Glancing around, you notice that you're about to cross over a bridge with an underpass beneath it. Perfect! Just like an action hero, you can hop right over the edge of the road, duck into the underpass, and find a nice hiding spot. You dash towards the traffic barrier, vault nimbly over it, and oh Jesus piss, this is way higher than you thought it was. You hit the ground hard with a resounding crack, and for a moment your vision goes blank as a wave of pain sears your nerves. As the pained disorientation begins to fade, you decide it's about time to take stock of your situation. A couple of broken bones, old hat, a troll trying to kill you, not unfamiliar, drones attacking you, same, and sun about to rise and scorch you into nothing. Again. Individually, you've risen to the challenge of just barely handling each of those problems. But all at once? Yeah, you think you're just gonna call this one here useless. Ta-da! So, not quite death, but, pretty darn close. Pretty much almost there already. Alright, folks. Credits. Gonna look at the fucking credits, because I said we'd look at the fucking credits, and then it is time to go, because good God, it is 1:50. Alright. So, Ash Paulson, Cindy Dominguez, Julian Dominguez again, Andrew Hussey's the director, producer, blah blah blah, writers! Okay, so we are looking at both Volume 9 and Volume 10, because I forgot to go into them last time. So, Asdaja was a new writer, Kieran Miranda, welcome to the crew, did a fantastic job. Oh shit, you still have homework to do. Y'all, I haven't done any readings for any of my fucking courses at all. It's good. I get it. It's okay. Zebede is back with Magdalena Clark, who hasn't written one in a while. Chahut. Oh, and Zebede is also credited under Aisha Ufera. So that was a collaborative effort. House to yourself tomorrow. Oh, nice. Yeah, so Chahut was Aisha Ufera, and then Zebede was both Aisha Ufera and Magdalena Clark. Good collective teamwork. Who were we missing? Astasia? Tegiri. Tegiri was written by David Turnbull, who, of course, usually just designs, usually just does, like, code work. But, yep. David Turnbull, fucking weeb. He's wonderful. He's a great dude, honestly. Side note, Odd, you got every single reference, the vast majority of anime references in Tegiri's roots. So I don't even know what I'm. Just a little bit of a weeb. I'm just calling out everybody today, aren't I? I would be right there with you, but I just don't watch that much anime. You're weeb queen. Oh, you take it as a compliment? Good. I am so glad you are taking that as a compliment. I was a little nervous that you would just be like, dude, what the fuck? But, like, handling this role with pride. I love it. So so the last one that we read was Kieran Miranda with Astasia, Aisha Farah with Jahat, and this time around it was Aisha Farah and Magdalena Clark with Zebede, and David Turnbull with Tegiri. Character artists. So, Volume 9 was Gina. Volume 10 was Adrian. Thank you for recognizing your knowledge. Oh, yeah, I mean, like, you know. You got, like, all of them. You know? I mean, maybe there were some, like, figure references hiding in the back that we could poke around for, but, like, you know. You got, like, a lot of them. Yeah, so that's character. Background for Volume 9 was also Gina. So Gina did the art, all of the art for the story portions of Volume 9. Volume 10, we have 2 new artists, Phil Gibson and Angela Sham. Angela Sham is a name that I recognize and keep forgetting to Google. Because I recognize that name. From, like, what is it? Steam Universe? Or is it just, like, Homestuck? Or... Oh. Has an IMDb page, which I have apparently looked at before. So I probably Googled this the first time, too. Is credited for Homestuck animation, Undertale art, and Hiveswap animation. Huh. See, I knew I recognized that name. I feel like Phil Gibson, I recognized him somewhere too. But yeah, so that was Volume 10. That was one that we just did. Ending illustrations. So Volume 9, Gina. Again, Gina did all the art for Volume 9. Volume 10, Phil Gibson did the end screens as well. Of course, UI David Turnbull. Music! This is the good part. Okay. So, of course, Jahat's theme, Take Me to Clown Church, is a James Roach original. And Zebede's theme, Beekeeper, who I don't know her, is also a James Roach original. Y'all, James Roach is fucking great. Okay, who are we missing? Astasia and Tegiri. So, Astasia's theme, The Jam, is also Alexander Rossetti. So, this one, Alexander Rossetti, it's interesting. Alexander Rossetti sings, it's an interesting mix of older ones, like, you know, like Breeding Duties or Coursing, Holosuit. And I think the last 3 are new. Now, Torona is in Volume 12, so we won't be getting to Torona for a couple of weeks. However, that's another... Anyway, as that just themed a jam. And... Tegiri, yes. Tegiri's theme, Assault, is a Toby Fox from Volume 9. And game design programming, yep, they're taking turns. Volume 9 was Mitch Bleef. Volume 10 was David Turnbull. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. So, that's the credits. Yes, I know, Sneak Cat. I am fucking tired, too. Y'all have witnessed, if I may say, it's crass, if I may be so crass, an incredible number of brain farts tonight. Holy fuck. Now it's time for me to go the fuck to sleep so I can actually concentrate in my lecture tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I hope that y'all have had as good of a time playing along as I have reading along. Oh my goodness. This stream is almost 3 hours long. This is definitely the longest Friendsim stream Why is it that all of the longest streams are happening on the nights where I fucking have to go to school the next day? You know what? It's all good. It's all good. So... Friday, regular Homestuck stream. It's happening. And yeah, those past streams will be going up one a day on the YouTube channel for the next little bit. And yep. I feel like there's something else I should be saying. Next week we'll do volume 11. Okay, yeah. No, my brain stopped working like a long time ago. Okay. Alright. I always draw these out because I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But I'm gonna stop this now. Thank you, Sneakat. Thank you, Odd. Y'all get some good sleep too. Hope you had a good time. Fingers crossed I will be seeing you all on Friday. And good night.